Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, all.
And good morning.
Good anytime.
Good anytime. We have a guest today. We have a very special guest that you guys are not going to hear from often. But, she's graced us. Rima, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you for having me. My name is Rima Tahini. I'm the director of A&R at Mavin. Yeah.
So she said it's as if,
quiet.
It's as if I just, just a little me,
Rima is a big babe.
A big babe. Listen, a very big babe.
So we're very excited to have you.
Yes.
Because obviously Women's History Month and all that fantastic stuff. But we really thought it would be really interesting to hear about the work you do and why it's important, particularly in the music industry, because I think there's a lot of information about who is forward-facing and whose job looks like very glamorous. So people know about like music, the hair and the actual artists. Maybe if you're a director like Pink or stuff like that, people know what that looks like. But a lot of the work that's behind the scenes doesn't really get shown. And that's where a lot of the magic happens. Obviously, artists have to do their thing, but there's a lot of
like you can tell people that have good teams and people that don't, like, as in they're running on vibes.
Completely.
As well. And so, you can talk about that. You also recently just had a baby.
Yes. Congratulations.
So you can talk about that madness.
And it was your first Mother's Day. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Anyway, lots of exciting stuff. We also have people who have problems. Just one or two people.
Now you can help
small
solve
problems.
Okay.
And then finally, me and Jola want to blow.
Okay, yes, this is true.
So we can discuss our future career.
You guys are blurring.
Maven. No, I was saying this thing to someone else in Maven and they're laughing at me. I said, why do you guys want to sign me? I said, look, sign me. Don't worry about my talent. Sign me first.
That's too big.
Then as we're moving along, we'll be figuring out, what we got. Too big.
No such thing.
Too big.
No such thing.
No such thing.
Can you imagine Rema and Ira's not telling you you're too big?
I'm telling you.
Nothing like that, please.
I told them that I was looking for a PA. I'm very available.
But what was your weekend like? What did you do this weekend? Did you have a good time?
What did I do this weekend? To be honest, I think right now, a great weekend to me is one where I don't have to wear clothes and go out. Literally, like, that's what my life is about now. Like, anytime I can just relax at home, watch a movie, be with the baby, it's a great weekend.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, really.
Awesome.
So I guess...
What did you do?
No, you. What did you do?
What did I do this weekend? I didn't do anything particularly useful. I think I spent most of it at home. It was only yesterday that I went out.
You came to my house, you didn't come inside. Why was that?
Because I didn't want to talk too much.
Okay.
And first of all, I wasn't even sure you were awake.
I wasn't, but that was not
Exactly.
Actually, no, but the point is
exactly.
that...
I know you too well.
Me. The point is that you didn't check.
No, let's tell you one thing. When I checked the time, I was like, this girl can never be awake.
I wasn't awake.
But if I call you, you'll be like, well, you've called me, so you have to come inside.
The truth is that I woke up like 15 minutes later, I saw the message.
Okay,
I said, why didn't this girl come inside?
Because if I had called you, you said, well, you've woken me up, so you have to come inside. Exactly.
And you guys roommates?
No, God forbid.
No. I'm just saying, like, why would she just come to my house? Not even, very rude behavior, actually, is what I think. She just drove in. She says she dropped something. No hello, no hi, zero. Yes.
But I didn't do anything. I only dropped. I was supposed to watch Dune 2 yesterday.
Did you?
No.
Let me not lie, that movie looks so intense. Like, I know everyone is talking about the cinematography and I'm like, great, but there's just so much going on. I feel like it's just...
I watched the first one like a few days because I was supposed to watch it.
I haven't watched the first one.
Okay, I think it helps if you watch the first one. But I watched the first one and I remember thinking, so because, Zendaya is like front and center.
Yeah.
And everything. So in the first movie, I'm like, okay.
You're looking for her?
Where is she? Where is she? I know everybody's wearing scarf. I was like, maybe she's one of the people wearing scarf and they're just keeping it a secret until we get to some parts. And then there's a lot of like intense staring.
That's what I'm saying.
In the movie, like it's just a lot of look, like they really look in the movie. And then it's like a lot of music. And then somebody will look.
It's very severe.
I'm like, it's very
severe.
Yeah.
Do you know, everyone was saying, cinematic masterpiece. And I was like, but this thing looks like I can have headache.
So we have a friend who's a filmmaker. I called him. if you see the way he was talking about,
no, they would like it. That's probably their dream.
The shots.
This is a masterpiece of immense proportion. I said immense.
Everybody said, "Oh, look at the shots." And to be fair, you see it.
No, it's
like
beautiful.
It's incredible. But
beautiful.
I'm just like, there's actually a reason why most people don't do this. Because low-key, it's a bit of a headache.
No, it was very. And then the thing that I enjoyed the most, like there's a worm. That's what you mean. There's a worm
in June 2.
A worm. No, 1 and 2. There's a worm, and it's like a big deal because it's like there's a way you make noise while you move that will alert the worm, and the worm will come and find you and chow you. And I remember thinking, like, the Nigerian in me just can't take anybody saying worm is a serious.
It's a serious.
I'm sorry.
What a villain.
Like, a worm. I'll be very offended if a worm kills me. I just have to put it out there. But I wanted to watch it, but I didn't end up being able to watch it. I ended up having drinks. The only thing that I did yesterday was I had drinks. And I don't know whether it's that Nigeria's problems are getting
or the drinks
are weaker. Because I was drinking. I was thinking about my problems. I was like, this is not working, though. This really isn't working. So that was the highlight of my weekend. I attempted to drink my sorrows away and it didn't work at all. But I didn't really do much. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I worked throughout this weekend. Like, literally, I can't, do you know that? I'm looking at myself and I cannot believe that, like, the life I'm living is for real. First of all, who sends me? That's question number one. Someone called me on Saturday and I was like, oh, I'm in the factory. They were like, it's 8:00. Like, are we meant to have dinner? I said, Mom, the way I have forgotten about having any dinner with you, you won't even believe the way I look right now. And they were just like, this is very off-brand. I said, you know what? It really is. But like, there's something that we're trying to do. Like, they have a deadline for this week. So it's just every day, all day. And I'm just like, and with the bridge closed, wow. It's just going to the mainland, coming back. I'm just like, listen, this is actually not what it is. But anyway, hard work pays off for one thing.
You have to keep reminding yourself.
Okay, some people in my staff listen to this. Go team. Up factory. So that's really what I did mostly. And then, of course, yesterday was Mother's Day. And so we went for... My cousins is like, they are not serious. Because what we now discovered is, okay, me, I have one mother. Then I have my grandmother. All of a sudden, none of them were in the country. Everybody now say we should add their own mothers to the Mother's Day. I said, sorry, will you pay?
Like, your cousins were like, okay, your cousins
were now like, oh, we're inviting our own moms to your own. I said, okay, cool, no problem. In terms of these are my account details. They're not saying, I know you're older than us. I said, I don't get it.
That's what my brothers did.
Okay, so, your mom, you don't want to appreciate her or what?
That's 1,000% what my brothers did.
Your mom is not around.
No, my mom is here. Okay. So I took my mom and my grandma. All of a sudden, okay, they're not saying, okay, they're not around. Let's include their moms. I said, that's all well and good. But you're paying now. Next thing I'm hearing, but I'm old. I said, sorry.
Yeah, that's what my brothers do all the time.
They're not saying, oh, can you also get flowers, by the way? I said, excuse me.
That's what my brothers do.
So now I should get 4 flowers?
Yeah. They even have, my own thing is that they even have opinions.
Do you get?
That's my favorite
we chose the place and they're like, I don't really know. I said, one thing you're not going to do is not be around and then be telling me where I should spend my money.
Yeah.
When you guys are not paying. So anyway, we went for the Mother's Day lunch and like we were just having lunch and in the middle of the lunch, my grandmother just goes, hold on 1 second. And I have a video of this. She just brings out the brush from her bag and then just starts brushing my hair. She's like, you don't know how to do it. And I just thought, actually, if you check my age, I've been brushing my hair for it's a good 31 years now.
You're always going to be a kid.
I'm telling you,
or your mom.
She just kept like, you know how like when you're doing your hair, they like just move your hair in the middle of the lunch.
Sounds like mama.
Yeah.
It sounds 100%.
And then when I had said Happy Mother's Day to her, she said thank you. And, hopefully you also become a mother in my lifetime. I said,
oh my gosh, I have something else.
I said, wow, in terms of telling me thank you.
I have something else that happened.
Go ahead.
So, I'm into body positivity or whatever.
Okay, sure.
So I wore like a crop top yesterday and somebody told me Happy Mother's Day and I was not happy at all.
That's rude.
I was not happy at all.
That's rude.
I said, I wish I was there because I would have been laughing.
I said, first of all,
It reminds me of when I was traveling with the baby. I was pregnant, and like it was in Nigeria. It was kind of weird to like ask. They want to ask,
but they can't.
But you can tell I'm pregnant. They want to confirm. It's like, Ma, are you? I had to. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Because that's always funny. That's always funny.
Yeah, in the US, they don't even ask you.
Yeah, my friend's introduction. Her best friend was there, and so like I could see one of our other friends being like,
"She pregnant."
Like, I could see her face being like. Like,
trying to calculate.
So do you know what this stupid girl did? And they brought small chops for everybody. She now said, it's like, this is my opportunity. She said, maybe you should take your own first. She goes, why? She said, because you're eating for... Wow. She was like, thank you. She said, okay, yeah, I said it. It was so funny. I was like, what is your problem? What is your problem?
Let me know that it's very dangerous.
And she said, and she started laughing because she was like, she generally doesn't mind at all, but she finds it so funny that our parents' generation does not care.
No, they will say it out loud.
They'll just shout.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm pregnant. More our own friends are all like,
we're like cautious, like, yes. Are you?
They don't even shy away from saying, you're fat. So which one is you're pregnant? That one is nice.
I've actually seen people say that. This one that I'm putting on weight, are you pregnant? And I'm like, this is so inappropriate that I don't even know why you should be in this conversation, but Nigerians don't care. No. They always start with your weight. They always start.
Yeah, it's a greeting.
Like it's crazy,
and then we can go from there.
The need to comment on it. I don't think just Nigerians. That's how African aunties
people
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very rude. I mean, I started doing it back.
What?
Once you ask me about my own weight, Mr. I started asking you about various things, including your weight, location of your husband, so on and so forth. No, because if you're going to come at me,
since are such bosom bodies,
ask you so many questions. How far this man? You get so. These are the things.
All right, boys and girls, this fantastic episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by AfriChange.
AfriChange is the easiest way to send money across Africa and internationally everywhere.
There are very low fees, no processing time, if any, very tiny, and you get loyalty points the more you use.
Yes. If you are in Nigeria, you can pay your bills in Canada. Mm-hmm. You can send money to Canada. Exactly. You can also pay your school fees in Canada directly from Nigeria in Naira. If you are in Canada, you can send money to many, many countries all over the world.
All right, guys. So get to supporting people who support us. Enjoy AfriChange and enjoy the rest of the episode.
That is africhange.com.
So, and then when I started actually from investor, I went into ops. So like looking for like real estate for Mavin, hiring people. Seriously, it was like a different, but then I think I've always been creative. Like I've always loved music, loved the back end, like to do things with my hands. I love a good makeover. Sorry. Yeah, I love a good makeover, which a lot of times that's what A&R is.
Yeah.
It's like, you see something, you see that it has potential, it's a diamond in the rough, because that's what Mavin does. We don't sign established artists, which that's why I said you have too big
that
for
means
us.
I'm out of.
You guys are established artists.
Do you know what? We can argue, but do you know what? We'll let it go.
With my successful SoundCloud career,
Jola has
never
SoundCloud.
There's like maybe 6,000-7,000
Please send link. I would like
never
to.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never ever.
So I think I enjoy the people side of it.
Yeah.
I think and majorly it is that. I don't think there's any school for A&R. There's no like, you just have to have good eye, good taste, and good ears, and are passionate about people. So then that's how, and I got closer to the artist. Next thing, I was just thrown in the deep end of it. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I remember my first 3 months, I put together like 5 shows.
Wow.
5
Do you remember which shows they were?
So there was the Johnny's Room Live 2018. And then, so there was one in Lagos, one in Abuja. And then there was Ladipo Tap. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah, at Upbeat. And then there was Dr. Sid. Then there was DNA Twins. It was a different era back then. But yeah, it was. And there was one more. That was a house party. I think that was the easiest of them all. And I was like, what? I went home and I was like, what have I gotten myself into? But, I'm still here, so.
You are, and you seem to be enjoying it.
Yes.
And doing very well.
Thank you.
At it. Like before we started, we were joking that since you left, the few people I know in Mavin, they are not coping. They're actually not coping. So I was talking to Jennifer, she said they're not coping.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great because I think that's the thing. I was watching a podcast this morning, Grace Beverly, and she was talking to this lady who works it was about building a corporate career. I'm talking about like one of the amazing things about being a leader and having to like invest in your team and grow your team and like help them with understanding like responsibility levels. But what I found with Nigeria is that it's really, really hard because people are afraid that if they don't do things exactly like you, then they've done it wrong.
Sure.
So they're very anxious about like, if I don't do things exactly the way this person would do it, even if we get to the same end result, I've done something wrong. So there's a lot of hand-holding that can be frustrating because you want them to figure out their own style. Like, do you know the thing is that you actually know how to do this thing? You don't need me to immediately... You don't need me to tell you immediately like, I know you're doing well. Just keep going. You're doing well.
Or like, you don't need my permission on every single decision. Like, I've said,
Trust
okay, do
yourself,
something. And what happens is maybe you say, okay, take this cup over there. People are now like, okay, do you mind if I go this way or go? And I'm like, I just want the cup to be there.
Yeah, be proactive. Or
Any way you want to get there, I don't even mind. As long as the cup is there, you've not cost me any money. Between you and the cup, any other thing you want to. But a lot of people are like, and I think it's also because of like certain cultures. Maybe
it's our education system, I think. Because imagine you have to cram, right? You have to cram. So that's already doing it the way the textbook is doing it. Or the way your teacher said. And you can't just write from your understanding, which then leaves you with, you don't have initiative as much, or like you can't really just do it differently.
Do you know, this reminds me of, I remember when, but obviously much, much younger, and it was a noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. I remember somebody saying a noun, animal. So I said no, because he didn't start with
person,
there's a way we taught it to, they taught us. So you just say it like that. Don't say it any other way. No, you forget. If you start with person, you forget. Just the way they just did it like that. And that's how all of us are just like, now the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Like that's how you learn. And I imagine that if you just take that
I know this thing so well.
I'm having PTSD. The things that I remember that I'm like, why do I remember this in the order?
Because you have to just give it to them the way they give it to you. Once you start trying to understand someone, they're like,
It's like when you go to a restaurant and then you tell the waiter, instead of sausage, can I have bacon? And then it's a whole thing. No, it comes with
they have
the sausage. Okay, I don't want the sausage,
I'm not sure if I can change it. And I'm like, okay, but physically, if we think about the cooking, how can you not bring, it's just another side. So explain to me how they can't do it.
I think so. Maybe you're right. I find that is something generally like getting people to understand that they can take ownership of a process is really
hard,
difficult.
and it's long.
I want to say that, would it be different? Like obviously music is a creative space. Obviously, and at the back end, you still have to be organized and all those things. But is it different, giving someone, delegating responsibility in that way, because there's also like creativity involved?
So there's, yes, in a sense, I think there's so many different compartments in A&R, right? So where in the studio, there's a lot more flexibility. Yeah. So I think that it comes naturally, they put sessions together, think of features, all of that stuff, production. But the amount of project management that goes into it is crazy. Yeah. Like it's such a fast-paced environment. Deadlines are so important. Imagine like a song goes out before it was planned, or like it leaks, or there's just one little open space that, so it definitely is still, you have to run a very tight
project management.
Yeah, for sure. That's first and foremost. Because I see a lot of like young people, hey, I'm an A&R. It's great. I think they think on the fun side. There's a fun side, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of discipline and it's 24/7, honestly.
Yeah. In line with our Big Babes in Business promo for Women's History Month, this fantastic episode is brought to you by Beauty Hut Africa.
Yes, Beauty Hut is one of Nigeria's most popular and most trusted beauty retailers, selling everything from your skincare to your makeup to your fragrances and all the different beauty products that you need.
Yeah, I've shopped there a few times. I've gotten some makeup, I've gotten some skincare, and because they are fantabulous. fantastic people for the I Said What I Said girlies and boys, because everybody needs to look good.
Yes.
There is a special discount code for the month of March. If you use ISWIS when you're about to order, you get 10% off.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So, get your things in. And, it's always good. There's a lot of fakes out there to know where you're buying your products from, especially skincare and makeup, which are super important. So, get it at Beauty Hub with our discount.
Exactly. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the episode.
People send us a lot of things. Let me know.
Dilemmas.
People send us a lot of personal problems, which we do our best to help them. Not really. Most of the time, we don't actually help them, which begs the question why they keep sending it. But it's a great time. So we're going to give you some
Okay, so let me read the first one.
Okay.
This person called themselves Ozoemena. I know I didn't get that pronunciation right. But this says, well done, my presidents. I absolutely love you guys. So here goes my dilemma, or rather a rant. I introduced my friend to an older friend who needed a staff at his office, even though I knew in my heart of hearts it was for me. It was me he wanted to work with, and I definitely wouldn't work for him because of conflict of interest reasons. In brackets, yes, it's what you guessed. My friend now earns like 2 times my salary, which is not a problem because she needs it more. But my problem is this girl never appreciated me for the link up. I never heard a thank you or anything because I guarantee she probably would never have met him or seen the advert for this role. I feel deeply unappreciated, and I know I wouldn't be introducing any other person in the near future. But we used to be really close prior to this, but this just did me and I can't lie. So the person is very upset. Do you know what I think?
What?
From a bad mind perspective.
Which other perspective do we normally have?
I'm like, how? Very empathetic. Normally. But in this,
Wow.
let me tell you what it is. Do you know what I think it is? Like everything, this person is saying the opposite of everything they feel.
Yeah.
They're not yet being honest. They're not yet being honest about how annoyed they are.
And irritated
they are. That pay that she mentioned is like, that's not the issue.
Yeah.
That's the issue. That's where the issue is.
Yes. So I'm sure she's thinking, why did I sleep with this man, for God's sake? Now I can't work with him.
Lord.
Like, what is happening here? Now there's work involved. I can't take the job. And then the person you introduce you to is not, like there's a way somebody is graceful that makes you now feel like,
at least I just did it.
No. There's not somebody who'll be so like, thank you. Thank you so much. You say, it's okay. No, it's not. It's God. It's not me. It's not me. And the person is just like,
when people keep saying thank you, they're like, no, you don't even have to say thank you again. It's just, how I am. All of a sudden, this now no longer her personality.
No, I think she's very upset at the fact that this person has a life she imagined for herself. So it's like a job she's qualified for. She knows the person would ideally have liked to work with her. Her own personal conviction told her it's not right to kind of mix like business and pleasure, and now she's giving it the opportunity to somebody who is in her mind acting like it's their due. Now I imagine the person really does feel like you didn't give the person all the shalaye. You just said there's a job role I saw.
And
you didn't come and say
interviewed for the job.
You didn't give the context of actually I wanted this job, but
this one, that one,
things happen, and we fell into
another thing.
We fell into another thing.
Yeah.
Therefore, conflict of interest, we can't, be working together. And so I really wanted this job I'm giving. You have to lay it out for people. Maybe they're not that close.
No, I think
she said they used to be really close before this.
You should be, but this thing, and I'm sure in her mind. Yes, I'm sure in her mind it's a thing. I'm sure in her mind it's a thing where like, well, your kind of friendship changes because you just don't want to hear from the person because the entire thing is irritating you, is annoying you. It's just so annoying. You're not going to message
every time
the person.
You see them, you're just like
I didn't even say thank you. And it's just
so she didn't say thank you at all.
Yeah,
or she just...
What she said here is, she didn't appreciate her. She never had a thank you or anything. That's really upsetting to her.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I have lots of people that I've introduced for different things and I don't care. The only time I've cared is maybe I find out by mistake there was something I didn't know inside the work.
So to be fair, I think the girl should have said just thank you in general.
Yes,
like
of
if
course,
I recommend you to get a job and we're friends, I don't need you to like grovel or anything. Just say like, oh, I got the job. Oh, thank you. You know what I mean?
But you know something I've learned in this life? Waiting for thank you is exhausting.
I'm telling you,
it's really exhausting. You have to think about yourself. Okay, am I okay doing this? Can I live without your gratitude? If you can't, then do it. Because living for that is hard. A lot of people are not going to express gratitude in the way that you want. Even if the girl had said, "Oh, thank you," should have thought maybe that thank you is not
casual. Thank you for the opportunity she gave her. And people see things differently. That girl might just thinking, "Oh, this is my friend. She recommended me like." She
might even have given testimony in church that God just used somebody.
And also, for some people, like, okay, we're friends. It's a given that, like, you're going to do. I don't have to go out of my way. For that girl, she doesn't know that he's seething in her, that she's dying there. And I'm sure she definitely did not tell the friend that she slept with.
Or even just say maybe slightly how she feels in a way, because I'm sure that friend is now probably even confused.
Like this guy is a baby thing, and will probably overthink it in a weird way. Because this is a very interesting. If you're friends and you're qualified for the same thing and the same role, you both are aware. So if after the recommendation and the job role, you start acting some kind of way, she has put 2 and 2 together.
There's something wrong.
And guess what she's going to do? She's going to talk to another friend because she's jealous of you.
Yeah.
And that's going to be that.
I don't know, but they're definitely, it doesn't sound like they're going to, unless this babe does, it doesn't sound like in their current situation, someone is going to say, listen, should we not just like have a quick chat about this? Me, I'm always saying, see, you have to be a big babe. You have to be, you're friends. You need to sit down. Yeah, the conversation is uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. But you need to unless you don't care about the friendship, you kind of need to sit down and be like, look, I'm feeling a bit resentful. I couldn't take the job and you didn't say thank you to me. It might even be one of those things where, sometimes you don't realize that you've done a thing.
I'm actually on, like, I now feel bad for the friend. Yeah. Then don't introduce me to...
I feel bad for her because kind of like, okay, now
like,
you've said I should take it, all of a sudden...
You are not acting different. It's like friends who say, oh, no, I don't like the guy. Yeah, no, we're just friends.
Then when you fall in love, suddenly,
they can't go to your wedding. They cannot... I need to stay away from the relationship
and I'm
because...
just like, please, next time, open your mouth and talk. You like him. But people do this a lot where like they have a friend that they kind of like, but maybe because they've been friends.
But they're friend zone.
Yeah, the opportunity hasn't opened up. You now introduce your bosom best friend.
Is that
to somebody
diabolical,
else.
I feel.
It's very diabolical.
No, it's not diabolical.
You introduce someone else to your bosom best friend. Those ones will not fall in love as you suggested they do.
Yeah. And then
you told them, hey, you guys should get together. All of a sudden they're in love now. Now you're feeling a type of way. Okay, what should we do?
What exactly
should we do?
Yeah, I think she should say something. But more importantly, like, opportunities are rare, but they are not completely absent, right? So now you know what is possible. Like now you know that somebody is willing to pay you double of what you can do. You can go back to Mr. A and say, I'm looking for a different
Please,
work.
I want us to stop it. Is this man that she wants to work with? I don't know why.
Do you think so?
Yes, it's this opportunity she wants. It's not the opportunity in general. It's this opportunity.
That's another...
But she removed the opportunity from herself. Who sent you? You guys could easily have not done that. Then you don't have any conflict. So you've chosen. You get.
I don't have any empathy. I know I started this whole thing with that, but
you wanted something else with him, and you chose. Then you not brought your friend in innocently. Yeah, she's taking the job. All of a sudden, she's now in trouble.
Yeah, no.
Please. And then, look, I think it's on this baby that wrote to say something.
Say something. No, 100%.
I honestly think the friend
say something or let it go.
Yeah.
I would say let it go. Like, just...
Stop behaving somehow is what I would say.
Yeah, also, like, are you still seeing the guy? So you now are hearing about, like, work successes that you are not... No, I'm being serious. Like, there's other stuff, too, where you can't talk
out. Men are also extremely crazy.
No, he's not crazy. Let me say something. I created an opportunity for us to do love and work together.
No, but he is.
No, he's crazy.
No,
he's crazy now.
I created an opportunity. Wait, I want you guys to think of something. First of all, let's agree that, okay, she's married. She can't say it. Men, sometimes they're not too bright when it comes to... They might read something and now it's just like, oh, you said... Because they'll be like, but you're the one that said you don't want the work.
The hill is going to die on. But you said that.
Thank you.
I should recommend her. Whereas, if it was my friend and their baby, I'll tell them that, don't hire. Better go on LinkedIn and find somebody to hire. You want to now hire her friend? I'd have advised him against it, but you see, and then this is what happens when you're the cool babe. When you're the cool babe, that everything is fine, like you don't want to cause trouble, you don't want to rock the boat. Don't always rock the boat at all times. Don't be the cool babe, because the sea finish involved.
Yeah, I just feel like she should have, because now maybe it's the cool babe thing. So now she can't
cool
say,
babe thing.
When he's talking, she can't say, shut up. Shut up about your stupid walk. I don't care. Shut up. I don't care. She can't say that.
And you know the thing, he's probably even like, oh, thank you for recommending her.
She's so good. She's so good at it. Do you know, in fact, I don't even think, thank you. Maybe this one should have happened anyway. And that she's just boiling. Now, you are a fool. She's a fool. This company is foolish and it will burn to the ground. As you guys know, for Women's History Month, The Bounce is proudly sponsored by a number of fantastic small businesses by women within our community.
Yes, and today we have fudge.ng, which is the newest and the greatest dessert business in town. They make the best and most indulgent sweet treats you can find.
So each of their treats are handcrafted. They make them by hand. Each and every one is made by a person, not just one random machine somewhere. The ingredients they use are really fresh and fantastic to make sure that you enjoy every single bite. What do you love?
They have a bunch of things. My personal favorite is the white chocolate chip cookies, but they also have tiramisu. They have a bunch of flavors of cinnamon rolls.
They have bread and butter pudding. They have
they have donuts.
They have donuts. Donuts. Pretty fantastic stuff. So head over to their Instagram page at fudge.ng to order some beautiful treats for you and your family.
Enjoy.
This one is a love question. Making me, it's not funny. Sorry. Empathetic, yeah. It's from Confused Ex-Lover, who says, hello, FK and Jola. How are you guys? I'm sure she greeted you too, don't worry. I love you guys. Okay, so my dilemma. My ex and I broke up 7 years ago, and I've been unable to move on from him. We dated for 3 years. We dated for almost 3 years. We dated for almost 3 years before we broke up. I've met other people, but it just doesn't feel the same. I've been unable to get into a relationship because I find myself comparing other guys to him. A part of me feels like I'm holding on to a memory, and a part of me also wants to message him to see if we can get back together to work things out. I mean, we were both young when it ended, and I won't lie, my behavior was so annoying sometimes. I was 23 when it ended, and now I'm 29. I know I've grown, but I'm scared that if I do reach out, I might get Ella, and walai, I can die. I don't know if he's dating anybody, but I do know he's not married. Meanwhile, none of my friends know I feel this way. They all think I've moved on. In bracket, I kind of think I have because I've never spoken about it. Meanwhile, I still dream about him. What should I do, guys? Should I try to reach out?
You know, the thing, the reason I'm going to tell you to reach out is because I hope that it gives you that Ella so that we can actually
move on.
Because you know what bondage is? 7 years.
7. That's quite scary.
I worked for
Jacob. Look, that was bondage. You know, works for another 7 years because they gave him the wrong one.
Honestly, I'm telling you, honestly, it's giving biblical.
It is.
It's giving biblical. You want, as in affliction, must rise.
Do you know
again?
Do you know
the second time?
Do you know what needs to happen? Actually, we're saying rubbish. Her mother needs to find out.
No,
that is all that needs to happen.
No, she must message this man.
So you can imagine your mom finding out the reason you're not dating at 29 is that you've been dreaming of a man for 7 years.
Yes. Yeah. So that basically she was 22 when
when they were going out, and then now she's. See, I promise you.
No, they broke up 7 years ago.
So they haven't been together. But what she's saying is that now, what she's been thinking about, the reason why nothing has worked out for in these 7 years is that very.
She compares them.
She now said her behavior was so annoying at 23.
Wow.
So it's her fault.
I hope he says so. You're still like this. So you're still irritating like this. That was what you should say to her.
I just want to say as in you.
What's the man doing right now? Like
she said she doesn't know, but that he's not married.
He's not married.
Which doesn't mean.
Okay, it doesn't mean anything. Oh Lord.
I say let her mother. Do you know? I'm just trying to imagine my mother finding out. That okay.
No, she won't tell her mom
that thing because you know how irritated.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a spiritual issue. My mom will not accept that it's anything less than a spiritual problem. My mom will say, Jola, are you telling me that you for 7 years you've been in this house dreaming of another man?
Of Casper the Friendly Ghost. What the hell?
That's what it is.
Something. There's a way, and if she had told her friends, we wouldn't have gone to this point.
No, you know why? Because, okay, this is a thing, you know, it's not even a hot take. It happens normally, but I'm so convinced that, like, especially babes, there's a thing we do where like the way we romanticize certain relationships that have gone past. Sometimes people around you are just like, this very one.
Yeah, that one that I witnessed.
That one that I saw, that you were complaining of. Is that the same guy? And sometimes it's maybe if like it's in past, you're thinking back at it. Sometimes maybe you break up with someone and you're not sure. You start like the highlight reel starts playing and you start, you're in love with like the idea of the person that you thought they were, but you've forgotten. Or you have forgotten.
Or you convinced yourself.
Yes. Yeah. There's also things that your friends that you don't see. That's why you need friends like Omono that will just hiss. There's a type of hiss. Now Omono will hiss.
So when she says it,
so when she has hiss, you can't even continue that line of thought. You know, say something like, I'm just joking.
I'm just being silly. I remember we saw somebody. And then I'm not just saying, I used to talk to the person. I didn't know. She's like, thank God, though, because sis, I didn't know how to tell you. That was serious bondage.
Oh my God, no.
I was like, I was just looking at you, like, what the hell are you doing?
No, I think there's a like you said about like romanticizing certain relationships. There's also this attitude that I think a lot more women need to. They say they adopt, but they don't. You have to believe you're the shit.
You do.
Yeah.
There's a way you move when you believe you're the shit.
Yeah.
This is not Star's behavior. I can tell you that for a Fendi fact.
No, because she's seen him as the one that got away.
Yeah.
And she has convinced herself that it was her fault that they broke up. So she needs to go back and like show him why she's worthy of being.
You know what? Is right. Let her go back.
No, if she even reaches out, what will she write there? No, I'm actually very serious because sometimes I like to
dream
move on a
about you every day.
Sometimes I like to move on a practical
Are you single?
level. Are there ways she can reach out to him that will not
don't
end
seem crazy?
Deep embarrassment.
Look at the embarrassment.
And hurt. He might just be so.
Do you know how crazy?
Okay, will she faint because he might not reply? You guys, we must think about her health.
Also, you know how I've heard about like situations like this where like you date years down the line,
you get back
and you get married and you're meant to be So I've heard about that. But then are they even in the same circle? Do they interact? She doesn't even like. Do they see each other? Is she getting any signs from it? Because men don't send signs.
They don't.
If you're reading signs, you are reading the wrong thing. You're not reading. There's nothing. From my experience, I think that when men are sure about what they want, they're very loud and proud about it. In fact, they move fast so much that you need to be like, okay. But they don't really, like women, we work with a lot of like body language, trying to like,
they fool yourself.
I don't think they understand. I know there are like men here looking at me like,
No, but
I don't think men are as subtle as we think.
You would like them to. When you like a man,
when they don't like
you want them to like you back.
You start reading subtle signs.
No, they don't send subtle messages.
A guy that likes you,
they will tell you.
Know.
And if you're not clear about whether or not they like you, they don't like you.
They don't like you enough. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Like they're just keeping you around.
Yeah, like it's comfy and you're having a great time.
Yeah.
You know, when you just say, I asked my friend about, babe, just say, we just have such a good time. I say, you're a wicked. You're a wicked man. He now said, what did I say? I said, I asked you how it's going. Like, do you like how you guys are together? He said, you know what? We just have the best time. I said, you're a wicked. Because I know that for her, this is like a real thing.
Yeah.
Only for this stupid boy to say, they're having such a good time. I said, excuse me, she really likes you. He was like, yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. And they become ambiguous like on purpose.
I'm telling you.
Like they are trying to keep you so you're always in that gray. Please, if he has not reached out 7 years later.
I just think that, because exes they do reach out. They're always giving you hi. How's it going? Whatever.
Happy
like,
birthday.
She gets. It's always, have you been? There's always rubbish that is always coming up.
Nobody greets me.
Or like this podcast now, I listened to an episode. Okay, congrats.
Nobody reaches out to me because this sort
congratulations on listening. That's all they said. When we started the podcast, like 2 people sent me, congrats on the new season. Money, thank you so much. God bless you. Without you now, we could not have started.
Nobody reaches out to me. I'm too wicked. Don't reach out to me. Long time no see, and we will not see in Jesus' name. Leave me. Which one is long time no see? I cannot see. God do not allow me to see you.
Yes.
What do you mean no see? I can never see you. There's a reason I'm not seeing you. God did not allow us to see each other.
I'm in town. Are you wait, are you here? For
So
what
happy you
purpose?
made it in. Have a great time.
You know?
Yeah, very bizarre.
Good to you. And my brother came to me and said, one guy, that I seen before said, that he should say hi to me and that I should not be a stranger. I said, and you delivered this message to me. You didn't tell him, bro, hope nothing. Which one is don't be a stranger? Okay, all this time that we've been strangers, then now.
And don't be a stranger. There's always an agenda.
There's always, look, anyways, sis, I really want to advise you that I think you should message him for sure.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear.
Out of your system.
I want to be clear on the reason. You must get it out of your system.
I think I want you to write your mind.
Your heart.
Write it as it's doing you.
And let me tell you the thing. Please don't make the mistake of telling your friends before you write it. But once you send that message, then show your friend for added benefits.
Say it as is. That's what I know people say, just tell me your mind. Say it as it's doing you. Write
as
it
it's
like
doing you. That he's the only one for you. That's what I want you to express to him. Then when you finish, if you have a group chat with your friends, post it there.
Yeah. And you know what? If he comes back and say, "Oh wow, I've been feeling this way all along well," and then you know what? Lightning strikes.
Yeah.
And then we're happy for
wrong.
you.
Then you write back in and be like, you know what? We're wrong. Yeah. Congrats to you guys. What's more likely?
That's why I said lightning strikes.
What's more likely is that him and his friends are going to use you for banter.
You say, "Oh,
the long message I will say,
come and see something. This witch.
You will not be doing this."
You say, if you see this small witch, since that year, she just said she has been dreaming. This guy is telling me, I hope your mother is a praying woman.
I'm telling you.
How will you be dreaming about me for 7 years?
It's hard out here.
No, it's tough. It's actually tough.
That's crazy behavior. Thank you for coming, Rima.
Thank you so much.
This was so nice.
It was
a lot of fun.
Enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. I think people are gonna love it.
Yes.
Thank you.
What was those things you say?
Intro. Okay, about subscribing. Sorry, please. Someone said that was so lackadaisical about getting people to like subscribe and download. And sometimes it's just because I know you people. Okay, if I say you subscribe, sometimes you won't subscribe. Sometimes you're still going to do the one you like. So for me, I'm just like, listen, okay, please subscribe and download and
like it and share.
Don't you get?
But it's up to you.
It's up to you.
I mean, I saw. Do you know what? Actually, Charlie May said, "You too will still pray."
You will still have somebody to do something for you. Anything you like, anything you want to do. If you like, don't share. It's good.
No, that's fine.
God did.
Exactly.
Because she was like, why don't you guys? She was like, you guys never take it seriously. And I'm like, okay, so if we shout, like, this, subscribe. Okay, what will you do?
Does that work?
I don't know.
This good.
Has it worked for me? I listen to other people's things. I skip over.
I don't subscribe on YouTube, but I watch. I don't know how, but I watch.
They said it makes a difference. So
they said it makes a difference, and we should ask them.
We should
so
tell
anyway,
them.
Having said all that, do share, subscribe,
and like, and do all the things.
All that, but honestly, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I think they're more likely to follow the Instagram page.
Yeah,
there's that.
For sure. Yeah. But this was great, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Do you want people to find you?
Sure.
Okay.
Where can they find you?
In the spirit of
Where can they find you?
I have to say my Instagram handle.
So.
Okay, so it's at it's so weird now saying it out loud. It's at Rimoon, RIMO and triple U's NE. I don't know if that
Yeah. Don't find it. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right, so that's it.
All right.